Scannapieco, the women's softball coach here at Brookdale, and Bo, I know that you have had a great season so far. You've won 30 of the 40 games that you guys have played. What do you think is the biggest thing that's been so great with your team on the field this year?
Probably two things. I would say offensively, we're one of the strongest teams in the country. We're leading the nation in home runs in Division III. We actually have the national leader, Taylor Menny, who has 13 home runs. And I just think as a group, the girls get along really, really well. It's a kind of team that plays for each other rather than with each other. And I think those are probably the two biggest strengths that we have, I would say.
Who do you think is your best player on your entire roster?
That's a good question. There's a bunch of them. So, I mean, I'm not going to really elaborate on that point, except that we have the potential to be 3 or 4 All-Americans for sure. So.
And then, of course, one of the things that has been your biggest accomplishment is last season you reached 1,000 wins in your career as softball coach. Right. That's something I don't think that many people have ever accomplished in any division. What does that mean to you? Put into words.
I've been coaching a long time. I mean, honestly, that's the whole thing. But no, I've had some success. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to lie about that. But you know, when you coach long enough, numbers kind of build up, and I never really look at it from that point of view. I look at it as, you know, I'm focused on what we got to do this year, next week, next game. So it is a great accomplishment, though. I guess later on, when I do finally hang them up for the last time, I will reflect on that and you know, go through it. Occasionally, I'll look at all the pictures of all the teams that I have, and you know, I try to get a memory or two of what happened that year. But honestly, I don't dwell on that. I know more people dwell on that more than I do, honestly. So.
Well, it certainly is a big accomplishment. And then the last thing, you guys are getting close to the end of April towards May. Region 19 tournament is starting to come up. I know you guys are not quite sure where you're going to be seated, but you're only a few games away. What's your mindset getting ready to go into that?
Really positive, really good. I think that we're getting healthier now, and that's one thing we haven't even talked about. We've had a couple of girls that have been dinged up all year. And hopefully the weather's going to be a little warmer towards the end of the week. And when you get into postseason play, you get gaps of time where you're off. Maybe go 4, 5, 6 days. What I'm hoping there is they get totally healthy, and then maybe we'll be able to make our final push, you know, to get through the region and hopefully make some noise in the Nationals.
All right, Coach Scannapieco getting ready to continue their quest for another title here for Brookdale softball.